This episode of Sessions with Stef is brought to you by our partner, Fearless Sounds. Francesca Sacerdoti, along with her amazing team, take care of every artist's needs when it comes to marketing, playlist placement, advertising, and artist management. You can follow Fearless Sounds on Instagram and Facebook, or just give them a call at 514-409-6061. Thank you, Francesca, and thank you, Fearless Sounds. And now, we present to you our latest session with Stef. Welcome back. Look at this. It's a virgin. It's being opened right now because this guest is a special one, guys. This is bring out the heavy artillery.
Oh my God.
Yeah. Look at that. Welcome to Sessions with Stef. As I throw garbage on the floor, we start with the drink because it's important. I don't know.
Where do we go from here?
This is just the beginning. This is just the beginning. The questions get better and better as the drinks go.
The answers might not.
So, guys, we start off with a cheers.
Cheers,
Sly.
buddy.
Salud.
Salud. Nice to see you.
That is really good. Ooh, this is going to be a good night. I'm feeling this. Welcome to the show. Welcome to the show. This is Sessions with Stef. It's a podcast where I have musicians on. Fantastic musicians, as you can see here. I will be introducing him shortly. Although you already know it's Sly. You know it's Silvio Furino. You already know it.
We recognize him.
He was one of my first guests a long time ago on the old platform. And I needed to have him back on because it was a while. We actually did one of his, I was blessed to be asked to be in one of his videos as well. So I got to show that video. Fuck. So, and it's kind of like an update as well. So we're going to get into Silvio shortly, but we're going to start off with our sponsors.
Yes.
And, before our sponsor, we say, Lisa, welcome.
Thank you.
That's the voice of Lisa doing all the hard work in the back while I just blabber on and have drinks.
That's it.
Great deal going on here. It's fantastic. Once again, Sessions with Stef is a podcast where I speak to musicians, singers, songwriters, and we just talk about the business. We talk about all kinds of stupid shit and fun shit, and I love it, and I could do it forever. And I probably will because I enjoy it so much. So yeah, man, we're on YouTube. You can subscribe to that channel. We're on Spotify. We're on Apple Podcasts. We're on Amazon Music. We're on all of those things. We also have a sister podcast called Let's Talk It Out. That's Lisa's podcast.
Yes.
And there's Francesca, who you saw her ad right before this. We have an ad. She is a artist manager and all of that stuff. A publicist as well for musicians. So she's one of our sponsors. And now we're going to get into our other sponsors. We have like 3 tonight.
We have 3.
We're on fire. Doesn't mean we stop accepting. Any sponsorship we get, we take it all, man. We take it all. So we are going to start with our regular. He is Nettoyage Diamant, Anthony Paterno.
Thank you.
Fantastic. Clean. If you need someone to clean the house, office, you do some renovation, you need someone to bring in a team to get that cleaned up. He works amazing. He's super well priced. I've hired him. He came, he did my house, he did a spring cleaning, and it was fantastic. Awesome. He works really well, is on time, lets you know how much it's going to be. Great guy. It's Nettoyage Diamant. I'm going to have Lisa say the phone number, which is
514-686-1581.
Fantastic. You can also find him at nettoyagediamant.com, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes.
And all the social media, Instagram and Facebook, I believe, Nettoyage Diamant. You can find them all there.
That's it.
So fantastic. Thank you, Nettoyage Diamant. Our second sponsor is
Van Cropsel.
You need to buy a house?
There you go.
He's the guy to go see.
That's it.
He's the guy, Van Cropsel with Remax Alliance. He's fantastic, residential, commercial. He gives advice. I mean, he knows what he's doing. He's been in the business for years. Lisa worked with him.
Yep, he's very, very good. He works with the Remax Alliance, where I used to work way back when.
Okay, well, I mean, she's been in the business for years, and she always spoke highly of him, that he's fantastic with what he does. And you know what? Buying and selling a house sucks. No, it's fun. But all those
Progress,
details, all those problems, you need to have a good agent. And Van Cropso is the one for you. And we can find him at
438-402-9471 or VNC at remax-quebec.com or vancropsel.com. He's also Équipe Cropsal.
fantastic.
Awesome.
Thank you, Van Cropso, for that.
Thank you, Van.
And now we have a city councillor.
Yeah!
This is our third one. This is
Amazing.
cool. This is really cool.
is neat.
City councillor. He's in the Laval area, right? He's. I mean, I've seen him actually.
Yes.
He's out and about. Anytime Laval has anything, he's usually out there. Give us an idea of what he does, Lisa, because you have it all nicely written out
Well, we will introduce him. It is Mr. David Decotes. You can reach him at d.decotes at laval.ca 450-680-2340. And just to give you a little insight as to who he is.
Tell me.
He is a municipal councillor for the district of St. Bruno since 2013. So his mission is to create a vibrant community and serving citizens. He's Italian origin. He has a bachelor in computer science and a diploma in finance administration, member of the Projects Management Institute, and holds important positions at Caisse de dépôt de placement du Québec, Via Rail Canada, Bombardier Aerospace, and University of Polytechnique.
Okay.
So his skills also include board of directors of Société de Transport de Laval. So he is very much dedicated as well to the Laval residents. He's a husband with integrity, honesty, and innovation to also benefit the Laval residents. And he's very committed and determined to create an exemplary Laval, an exemplary city.
Amazing.
So hats off to Mr. David Decotes. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Very fine man, very posh, very classy, and he has many great things coming for the city of Laval, as well as being the municipal city councillor of St. Bruno.
Well, dealing with him, like, just to do this sponsorship, like, so cool, you know,
Yes.
down to earth. We're just a small little podcast that, you know, we have fun, and so nice, super nice guy
Fantastic.
to
Yes.
deal with. And I've seen him on social media. He's very active as well in the community. So fantastic. Thank you so much, David.
Yes.
And now we get to the meat and potatoes. This is what we do. We talk music shit on
Let's
this
do it.
podcast.
Let's do it.
So I welcome Sly Furino. Do we go with the artist name or do we go with whatever?
As you wish, buddy.
To me, so it's
I'm
Silvio
doing this
Farino.
because it's the only way I get to see you. So,
You know what?
you know, I think the last time I had a drink with this guy was
It's been
well
a while.
over a year ago, and
Yeah,
this is the way to see you.
It's too
You're
long.
too busy, brother.
I think you're quite busy yourself. I missed you last Saturday. Last Saturday, I walked in and the guys were like, "You just missed Sly. He was on his way to a gig because you brought some of the decor."
Oh, yeah.
We were at where the hell? Oka? I was in Oka.
Oh,
When I
that
walked
was
in-
2 weeks ago. That was 2 weeks ago.
So I walked in and I'm like, I see our sound tech. He's moving a carpet and he's putting it in the front. And I'm like, I walk in and I'm like, not for anything. Why the fuck are you doing that?
Oh, the poor guy.
And he's like, no, it's for Sylvia. Oh, okay, no problem. I was like, why are you working with the decor people? Because I thought he was helping the hotel. I go, you're being really nice for a hotel. And he's like, no, it's for Sly. I go, okay, Sly. So Silvio Farino is a singer. He's got his own band, of course, that does weddings, corporate, any kind of function you may need. He's also a singer-songwriter, and that's where the Sly Furino comes from, because that's his artist name for his original music. He owns a practice studio for musicians. He's got a decor company. He's got a local for his decor. He's the guy does it fucking all, man.
Basically, I have no life.
You have no life. Yes, you're busy as well, quite busy as well.
Yeah.
Honestly, you will not find a harder worker than Silvio. That I can guarantee you. No,
He's the hard worker.
I don't know about that, man. Not like you do. You got it going on, man. You really do.
Thanks, buddy.
Hats off for that. But now we're going to talk about music. This
Okay.
is our passion.
Okay.
And we need to have these drinks just to talk about music.
Yours is gone
It
already.
is gone. Thanks for reminding
That
me.
didn't
Look
take
at
too
that.
long.
Look at. But you know what?
No, I'm good.
You're good.
Yeah.
Okay. Jesus, I gotta join you. You know what? I have a problem with shots. Like, this is supposed to be sipped. I never drink scotch. I like the taste of it, but I just fucking shoot
You
it
just
down.
throw it down.
I
don't
just
you?
throw it down. It's
You gulp
great.
it down. Cheers, buddy.
Cheers. It's some good shit.
It is very good.
And you know what? I think Francesca brought this bottle for me.
Maybe.
Yes,
maybe.
I think she gave as a gift. It was like maybe Christmas or something.
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
So Sly.
Yes, sir.
You started what? Okay. Was singing your first instrument? Was it piano? Because you play the piano quite well. What got you into the music business? I know you went to school. You went to Concordia, if I'm not mistaken.
I went to Vanier College,
Okay.
followed by McGill University.
Oh, then you went
Yeah.
to McGill. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. The real music school.
Yeah,
Gotcha.
but yeah, no, they're all great. Before all that, I was, something like 8, 9 years old, and right down the street there was this. I'd like to say a Beatles tribute band or something like that, but they were
Okay.
playing the rock and roll tunes, and Rocco Robuano was the drummer, and I saw him on drums, and just seeing him go at it, I was hooked.
Really?
So I went
live
home.
show and then
One kitchen show. They were jamming, not in the garage or not, in the kitchen, his parents' kitchen. I don't know how that happened, why that happened. They were there, and I got to see it for I don't even think more than 2 or 3 minutes, and it was it. I went home and I did the typical, pots and pans thing. I got a phone book.
So it was drums. That's right.
And I used that as a snare drum, and it was drums. Yeah, I started with drums first.
Right. I believe you studied drums.
I studied drums, so I took lessons, like typically some drum lessons, but I was really, really young, so the only thing I wanted to do was like drum solos.
Yeah, of course.
And then I auditioned for Vanier College, and I didn't get in.
The big band.
No, just getting in. Like I guess just
okay.
be placed
Yeah.
as a student in Vanier
Okay,
College, and I
okay.
didn't get in. So then I was devastated, and then I realized I wasn't taking the lessons seriously, or at least the way they should be taken to get into Vanier College with the sight reading and what have you.
Mm-hmm.
So I started taking lessons with a phenomenal drummer. His name was Michael Roson. He doesn't live here anymore. He went to LA and he did pretty good for himself.
Okay.
So took lessons with him. Went the next year for, I guess they call it auditions. It was auditions to try to get into Vanier College. And I got in. In, and the rest was history. I did 2 years of classical, the classical program. Then they came up with the jazz program. I stuck around for 1 more year. And then I went to McGill University in the faculty of
jazz,
of
right?
music. Yeah,
In
in
jazz.
jazz.
Okay.
Yeah,
Wow.
on the drums. But somewhere in there, I think it was in Vanier College, you had to have a secondary instrument.
Mm-hmm.
So it was piano, but then I asked if I could split that, I don't know, maybe it was an hour a week or something.
Yeah.
I asked if I could split the piano lesson, half piano and half vocal.
Oh.
And so I did that. And then, until today, I'm doing all three as much as I can.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
Okay. Wow. See, that's why I do this podcast. 'Cause I've known him for. Fuck. You know what? I remember you as a kid. You had just started your band. You had just started Sophistication.
SophistOccasion Showband. We're going on our 30th year.
I'm
in
talking
January.
Yeah,
30
in the
years.
late '90s, right? If I'm not
I
mistaken.
started in 94.
Okay.
So in
there you go.
2024 will be 30
Yeah,
years.
I remember that
Yeah.
because I don't know which family member was getting married, and I was a little kid, but I had just started. I was in music, and someone said I hired Sophistication, and I came up to you and I spoke to you that day. It was a wedding, and I was a kid, and then you gave me this story that you finished school a couple of years ago, and then you're starting your band, and I remember that.
Yeah.
And I mean, full circle, 30 years, he's still going strong.
Yeah, well, I graduated from McGill in 94, and I stepped out on the stairway at the Strathcona building, and I was like, I have my degree in music. What now?
What do I do? Yeah.
So where do I go? And I started a band, and
But that's amazing because
Yeah.
the project, it's been, I think musicians, we generally start 500 projects. You started one,
yeah, I did.
and it was Sophistication,
Mhm.
and it stayed for 30 years.
30 years. Yeah.
That's wow. And it's like, I don't see you stopping.
I won't stop. I may just manage it one day.
I love that.
But for the time being, I'm still enjoying, being the singer, and I don't play the drums all that much in the band anyway. If it downsizes really small, like 4 or 5 piece, I may get on drums.
Okay.
But I mean, right now we have a phenomenal drummer in the band,
Oh
and
my God, love him.
David Mastro Berardino.
I went to elementary school with David.
Yeah, I look up to the guy. He's great. I love his. I beg the guy to do drum solos because I stare at it for myself for 2-3 minutes and
he played with my brother. Of course, you know that, right?
I did not know who he played with.
Nightlife.
I saw him at the Italian festival. I think he was on stage with Bridget Pace.
Okay, yeah.
And then that was it. I didn't make anything of it other than the fact that I said, "Wow, this guy's really that snare drum. He's got a tight sound, and then I was just in need of a drummer, and it came up. I brought up his name, and how I got his number or how it all worked out, I don't remember, but I don't regret 1 minute.
Oh my God, no, he was phenomenal. I remember because when you got him, I spoke to Bruna quite often. We were playing a lot of gigs at that point, and when she brought up his name, I said, "Oh," and she was saying, "But he's new. We already went through 2 or 3. You never know." And I was like, "No, I know David. I went to elementary school. I didn't know he wasn't back then. He wasn't in music, but then." I went to a different high school, so we kind of kept touch, but not so much. I knew he started playing in a rock band and all of that stuff. And then I'm in college, and my brother's like, "Yeah, we hired a new drummer. He's your age, David." David? Yeah, he's studying at Vanier. David Mastroianni.
So what band was that?
Nightlife.
Nightlife?
David played with Nightlife, man.
David played with Nightlife.
Yeah, he did.
I did not know that.
Quite a few seasons with Nightlife, as a matter of
Really?
fact. Yeah, and that's when he was playing with Nightlife. He had quit, I believe, McGill in the music program because he was like, "They're giving me too much of a hard time because I'm doing weddings and stuff like that." That whole.
I didn't even know this guy doesn't.
Yeah.
He didn't tell
He's
me.
not a talker.
I
Yeah,
didn't even know he played in other wedding bands.
He played with Nightlife.
This is news to me.
When he joined you, he was not playing in that circuit for a while.
Okay.
But he played with them a good 3-4 seasons. I'm talking in 2000. I don't know. No, I was in college.
He's a stand-up guy. He's just.
He's the best.
He showed me a picture of him at home doing office work, and underneath he's got the double bass drum pedal set up, and he's practicing double bass drum.
I love him
while he's working. Yeah.
He's the best.
He's one of those. He's really good at what he does. At anything he does.
I remember going to his house in elementary school. He lived on Viau. Yeah, it was on Viau. And Kaz was next door, so that whole gang.
Kaz.
That whole gang. No, great guy, great drummer.
And these guys are all in that, in one of my videos, including you, right?
Yeah, yes.
And I kept that in mind when I finally wanted to do this video. I want to have, obviously it was after the pandemic, and I wanted to do something special, and all you guys are there.
Let's talk. You know what? Let's not talk about it. Let's show this video.
Okay.
Because it's a great video. I love the song. I love everything about it. Of course, it was a pleasure doing the video. What a great day. A couple days. I think it was. For you, it was like
it was 2 weekends, if I recall. It was 2 weekends. It was a Saturday and Sunday. Then we took the week off, and we did it the following weekend as well.
Yeah.
And we happened to have the greatest weather.
I remember that. It was beautiful weather.
It was so warm. It was so sunny that Dino Pacifici, the guitarist, he's bald, right?
Yeah.
And by the time we got to the second weekend, he had a tan. If you look at the video,
So his skin complexion changed. Guys, let's watch this video. This is Whenever We're Together, and it's a Sly Furino song featuring Bruna Mucciardi, who is Bruna. She was on sessions with Stef, great friend of course, Sly, and of course myself. We've known each other for years. So here we go with this amazing video. By the way, all the ideas were Sly's for this. You thought of everything in this video.
Rise and shine, the start of a new day. We jump each bump till there's
your
nothing
daughter's
in
there,
our
yeah?
way.
I remember
It
that.
feels so good, the comfort and knowing.
I love it. I know
where
everybody in that
we've been,
lineup.
where we stand, where we're going. We put one foot in front of the other. We see the rainbow and all of its colors. We'll spend the night in our little bubble. It might get loud, but we stay out of trouble. Yeah, we won't let anyone anyone trash our story. We don't let anyone harm our glory. We'll live our lives with no time for sorrow. We'll crave each day like there's no tomorrow.
Charles.
We do much better whenever we're
That's Phil,
together.
right?
That's
A perfect world, so long as you're in
There he
it.
is.
Yeah.
On drum.
There it is.
Halfway there we are winning. Like the stripes on a well-knitted sweater. We light the night, we define perfect weather.
The weather was perfect for filming it. Look at that.
Just a little bit crazy. We hit the town on a well-earned baby.
The Bruna strut.
We're hitting the highway.
There it is.
We're into
I love it.
the like we're heading the same way. They say, what's the deal? It just can't be real. But we're heartstrong, so we are made of steel. We don't have to show
Hey, Joe.
it, 'cause we just know it. We'll fight the fight and we'll never blow it. We do much better whenever we're together. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, we do
Yes, I gotta
much
explain
better whenever
who he
we're
is.
together.
Kaz.
Guys, oh my
Family.
God, there's David.
We'll never let our worlds collide.
No, no, no.
We'll set all harmful pride aside.
We'll savor every moment and hold on to the reins. So long as you're there with me. So long as you're there with me.
They say, what's the deal? It just can't be real. But we're heartstrong, so we are made of
I
steel.
love
We
that
don't have to show it, 'cause we just know it. We'll fight the fight and we'll never blow it. We won't let anyone trash our story. We don't let anyone
So catchy.
harm our glory. We'll live our lives with no time for sorrow.
Sounds
We'll
wrong,
crave
Kevin.
each day like there's no tomorrow. We do much better whenever
Good old Bill Saint Laurent.
Beautiful park.
Yeah.
yeah, we do much better whenever we're together.
There's Joe.
Tip La Gang.
Tip La Gang.
We do much better
I remember that.
whenever
There's your
we're
daughter.
together.
Yeah, my daughter was in there. Yeah, there she is. Amazing.
Yeah,
oh my
thank you,
God, I
buddy.
love this
Thank
song.
you.
I love the song. I love the video.
Yeah, well, that's the thing. I could have had even more people in there. It was a good time in a sense because it was just, the pandemic was still going on, and so
Yeah.
a lot of people were somewhat available, or not gigging so much, and but everybody just gave me their time, which was wonderful. Everybody who had some sort of availability over the period of 2 weekends
Yeah.
showed up, right?
Yeah.
So everybody in there meant a lot to me. But there was one in particular, Mr. Pete Marinzak, that was special, and I'll tell you why.
He was a third drummer there. Like
Yeah,
one
so-
of the three drummers.
So he was the drummer of Luba, right?
Okay.
So, and he was also married to Luba.
Oh, there you go. Now,
So
okay.
I lived right down the street when I was a kid to Pete,
okay.
to Pete Marinzak's house. So I had a paper route, and that's how.
Oh my God.
Yeah, I'm talking. I was like 13 years old.
Wow. Paper
was
route. Yeah.
13 years old.
It was
and
only
I-
20 years ago.
And then I would see the videos on TV, right? What was it at the time? Much Music, I guess. What was
Yeah,
it?
probably
Yeah,
much music.
probably.
Yeah.
And
Music Plus.
and then I turn around and
Hey,
it's the drummer, right?
I know that guy.
And then I investigate, and it's the drummer of Luba. So
Wow.
And so I'd see him wash his car all the time on a Saturday, typically, or whatever. And I just had to go and ask for the autograph. And he signed one of those, at the time, if you were delivering, for example, the Gazette, there was this little book that you had to punch if they paid you.
Oh my God, yes.
So I had him sign that, and I kept it because it was just so special to me.
Wow. He's like the big star, as a
He's
kid,
the big
you're like,
star,
"He's the big star."
So anyway, Luba had their journey, and they did pretty well.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, I Glass Tiger. Remember that band?
Yeah, of
Glass Tiger.
course.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
Don't forget me when I'm gone.
so they lost their drummer,
Okay.
And Mike something, I can't remember the name. And a friend of mine told me you should try to audition for a Glass Tiger, and I was like, maybe by then I was maybe 16 or something like that, 17.
Okay.
I said, this is, ridiculous. This won't happen. Doesn't she get in touch with their manager in Toronto?
Oh, God.
And he says, yes, he sends me a letter. We're actually looking for drummers. Send your demo. And I sent a demo to Glass Tiger.
How cool is that?
Yeah, wait, it doesn't go too far. I didn't get the audition. Hold on. So now they get a demo from me, VHS camera, the demos, those cassettes. And then I got another letter. Thank you for the demo. We'll be reviewing it, and we'll be holding auditions within the next month or two.
So cool.
And then I got a third letter that they went with. They decided not to go with a band member. They decided to go with local studio musicians for the tour.
Okay.
Finish off the tour.
Yeah, okay.
The reason I'm mentioning that is because at that point I called Pete Maranzak to put in a couple of good words for me, and he did.
Oh my God.
So this is how it all happened with Pete, and then life went on, and I guess things didn't work out with him and Luba or what have you, and fast forward in life, I start doing some gigs for for Jam Industries at Christmas time with our band, and staff parties, and he's there again. So I'm always bumping into this guy, and we became pretty good friends.
Oh my God.
But even at that, I wasn't comfortable to call him and say, would you be in my video, And I just thought he'd say no. Or said, what time, where, and when? And he showed up. So it's special to me, right? Because when you see this guy on TV and he's on tour and he's opening up for Bryan Adams and everybody else, and he's willing to come to your shoot, your video shoot. It's phenomenal, right? I mean, I love that you were there. I love that David Mastroberg was there, and everybody else.
No, I know what you mean.
But it was kind of special, right? Or it was very special. So
that's you know what? And it's funny because when you're a child, we're not a child, but when you're growing up, the impression of people changes, of course, as you get older. But when you're younger, some people, you're like, oh my God, that's the person, or that's the guy that was on TV, or and now it's great too. It's just when you're a kid, it sticks with you, that one person. Yeah. And if they end up being nice, forget it. You latch onto them. You say, you know what? That guy. I met a soccer player. And my son met him as well, and he gave his jersey. Mm-hmm. And Petrus Bernie was the Impact captain, and it just left an impression on him at a young age, And as you get older, you say, the guy was a great soccer player. He's probably, I don't want to say as successful in sports. He was extremely successful, but he's a dude like all of us. But when we're that age, it's like, oh my God,
it's like a god.
And when they're nice and they say, we'll do it. And it's funny, I'm playing with. Our drummer is she's going on vacation, so we needed a sub. And she once mentioned she's friends with Emmanuel Caplet, who is big, like a really, I'm a fanboy. Mm-hmm. As a drummer, I'm a major fanboy. Because I knew she was a Quebecer, but I mean, she was rated top 10 in Drummer magazine. Yeah. She has a TikTok that gets, 50,000 views in 2 minutes and all of this. Yeah. And as a joke, I said, ask Emmanuel. She's like, oh, okay. And she's gonna do 3 gigs with us.
Fantastic.
So now I'm like, I don't even want to show up. I'm like, I don't know if I want to play.
You got to show up.
She's so nice. She's gonna come and do the gig.
It's gonna be a great experience.
It's gonna be a great experience, and it's like, but I get it. You get an impression. There's an impression of someone when they're nice. It's like, oh, this is cool, man.
Yeah, and for sure.
In the end, we all just want to play.
Yeah, sometimes you feel someone's unapproachable, but they are. And,
they are,
and you'd be pleasantly surprised.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So. Okay, so what were you you did the schooling, you started SophistOccasion. How did you get what made you stay connected to music other than, working and making money and all of that stuff? But what made you stay connected to music? Like, who were the artists that you kind of looked up to and said, oh my God,
You wouldn't believe what band I looked up to. You wouldn't believe who still is my favorite band today. You just wouldn't believe it.
I probably will.
I'll take a guess.
I'm not going to go... Maybe Rush?
I loved Rush because of one reason, though.
Okay, because of Neil Peart, yeah.
But it wasn't my favorite band.
It wasn't your favorite band.
The band that really got to me, believe it or not, was AC/DC. Yeah.
Amazing.
So, and still today, if I'm alone in the car and I blast it, there's some great tribute bands right now. As
Mimo,
Mimo's band, and I went to see them not long ago, and anything I can get, and believe it or not, I've only seen them once. I was, again, 13 years old or so. I'll never forget, I was really sick. I had an earache. I had a really, really bad infection. Mm-hmm. I never told you, but I'm half deaf. We'll go into that later.
Oh, really?
But, yeah. What the fuck? So I had a bad infection, and I was in bed. I was knocked out. No medication of any sort could help. Okay. I was on painkillers. It was just really bad.
So let me go to an AC/DC concert. Like, where is this?
I don't even, guck was coming out of my ear. Let's just say some pus and whatever. It was disgusting. My mother had me in bed. I was young, and she was taking care of me. And I think it was 3 or 4 days in, still, couldn't go to school. And my brother Pat came home with AC/DC tickets. Second row orchestra. Do you know how fast I got out of bed? Do you know how
he did his homework for 2 weeks. Mom, I did my homework.
I told her, I said, Mom, I'll put cotton in the ear. I'll do whatever it takes. And there I was watching AC/DC. First concert ever.
Wow.
No, I'll take that back. It was the Police at the stadium. I saw the Police, but I saw AC/DC at the Forum. That's how far back it was, right?
Wow. Those are sweet concerts
and I was hooked. And I just said, okay, this is it. I'm going to do this. So between, when you're a kid and you're influenced by who you see and what you see. So I saw the Police with Stuart Copeland, and I saw AC/DC with Phil Rudd, was it? Or was he still there? He was still there. Yeah, wow. Phil Rudd was there. And, I was hooked. And,
what's funny?
I never looked back. But then all of a sudden, I was in a wedding band playing waltzes. And I said,
but that AC/DC set is ready to go. It's always ready to go.
Ready to go. And then at one point, if you don't mind me just continuing with the story, just to show you how my influences were here, there, and everywhere, I got in McGill, and I was in Big Band 2 with Ron DeLauro.
Oh, yeah, Ron.
As a director. Yeah. And he said, hey, what's the Vic Vogel. Vic Vogel's big band. Yeah. They have rehearsals on Tuesday nights, and you should go and but fill in because the drummer's not always available. And I went in, and I brought my rock drum set. The 4 toms, the double floor tom, and everything. And have you ever met Vic Vogel, or did you ever meet him?
I never met him, anyway, but I saw.
So I was like, hey. He did call me by name. He was like, hey, what's all that? I said, what's my rock drum set? He goes, listen, he says, in a rock band, you drive a Fiat. In a big band, you drive a Ferrari. He scared me with this explanation. I said, okay. And he goes, you don't need all that. Just give me a really good, powerful jazz drum set. So I used to start showing up with the smaller drum sets.
Take the floor tom and use it as the kick.
Yeah. So I was checking out AC/DC, the Police.
Amazing.
And Vic Vogel's big band. I mean, I was all over the place musically, which is great, right?
That's amazing. That's the best. Yeah. That's what makes a musician well-rounded.
I was in great shape musically then. My chops were good, and I was really, really into it. And then I got into business. Now I'm managing and singing in the band. And
hey, man, there's an art to everything.
Yeah,
right.
Yeah, that is true. You need someone to run it, right? You need someone to take care of it.
Yeah, and that's so at a certain point, that's why I stopped, because I felt like I was more on the business side. So I was with my brother, and I just said, Mark, I can't deal with. I don't want to deal with clients anymore. I want to show up at the wedding thinking about the songs I'm going to play, as opposed to, what the best man speech and what time it is. And I really got not turned off. It's no one's fault. It's just, I was consumed by that I felt musically, I'm not in it. I don't, in every song. So yeah, I know what you mean.
It's tough.
By that.
It's
tough. And but you always find, because I see I've played with you and I've seen you get into it. So you do find a way on stage to say, let me enjoy this moment, having fun with this song. And yeah, I do see your brain looking around here and there too.
It has to. Like, you're always looking. You're reading the crowd. You're always thinking of what's the next step. Because we're not a band really to play with sets, really. We'll read the crowd. We'll change it up as we go along.
100%.
So your mind is always going. And yeah, sometimes I had my very own singer saying, smile, smile. You know, it's tough. You know, you kind of forget to do so. But
Yeah.
I do love it. I do love every moment of it, even after 30 years. You know,
Yeah.
I do.
It shows. That's
Thank you.
why.
Thanks.
That's why the musicians stick around. That's why the band has
Yeah.
been. I think you've had the same musicians.
Yeah.
I've only known the one bass player. Dino
Yeah,
retired, so you
Dino
fucking
retired.
retired the musician.
Yeah. Sebastien, the bass player, has been there for a very, very long time.
Yeah.
Mario Allard, the sax player, is
Mario has been there forever.
very.
Yeah.
These guys play
Bruno,
with
of course.
all these Quebec
you stole
artists.
it from me, but that's okay.
Bruna is, you know, she's my best friend. She's
Yeah.
my best friend. She's been in the band for easily 26 or 27 of those years.
Oh yeah, at
Yeah.
least. At least.
Oh, actually, yeah, I started in 94. By 97, 98, Bruna was in the band.
I totally remember it.
And she's been by my side.
I was
the
on a
whole
gig
time.
with her. So we were playing a restaurant. I think I told you the story, didn't I?
I'm not sure.
I think
Go
we
for
were
it.
in a restaurant playing, and it was a duo. Me and Bruna played everywhere together. But I was I was fucking 17 playing with her, 18, doing the trombone gigs and all of that stuff. And I had just started a band, which was Cheers back then.
Mm-hmm.
And I said, Bru, I would love to have you in the band. And she's like, oh, I would love to come. Because she was playing in another band, but they weren't busy at all. I'd love to come. And this, I'm talking a week different, was like, the week later, she came and said, SophistOccasion called me. And I said, okay, I got it. I understand.
no.
But
Oh,
no,
man.
but it was a very good, bro,
Yeah.
you have to go. Like,
Ah,
they're
sweet.
amazing. And
Thank you.
you need that. Like, you know, it wasn't even oh my God, please. It was more like, no, oh my God, I would never,
You know,
ever.
Life
leave
is strange that way because it's not just that we got a great singer or whatever, but she became my best friend.
Oh, yeah.
You know, that's the whole thing. So if she would have played for you, I wouldn't have had her as a best friend. And
No,
life wouldn't be right.
She
that way,
is
so.
she is super sweet,
Mm-hmm.
and everybody gets along with her. So
She's great. She's been by my side with the band the whole time. We run a studio together. Studio Jam Avenue
Studio
will
Jam
be
Ave,
20
which-
years next year.
Is it 20 years?
20 years.
Oh
I can't believe I'm saying
God,
this
I
because
remember the conversations with her. Like, we always spoke, but I would do gigs with her. So we would drive to Tremblant, and she's telling, I think me and Silvio are going to open up a studio. Oh, my God, that's great. You know, all these... I remember we're looking at equipment, and, you know,
Yeah.
we have these conversations. And
Yeah.
I'm so happy. 20 years
Yeah.
owning a practice studio.
Yeah.
If that's not dedication, I don't know what
it's been a
is.
great ride. And, you know, we want to open a second one. But the whole thing with these kind of things is that the more you do, as you know, it thins you out somewhere else. And we're worried about that because we still like to have the band going. So, you know, maybe at a later age we'll open this studio, you know. But I'll see what happens first because, I mean, I'm in my 50s now and some things are falling apart. Some things feel like my hearing. That's what I was telling you.
So what's the story?
Yeah, so I'm literally, like, if you ever see, like, I'll talk to you, for example, I'll turn my head a bit. So I've had 5 surgeries.
Wow.
I don't have a left ear. It's all gutted out.
What do you sing?
Well, it's the strangest thing because when I do sing, and even when I hear myself right now, it's a very internal sound. I hear
Holy
this
shit.
big rumble on the inside, you know.
Fuck.
And that's why I don't even, like, we were using in-ear monitors.
Yeah.
I wasn't using anything.
Yeah.
I wasn't using an in-ear. I wasn't using monitors. And I was just going with the rumble, the sound, because I'm used to it, you know.
Yeah.
And, well, it all happened from birth, pretty much. I was born with, like, a hole in the eardrum, which led to many infections. And then surgery probably at about 8 or 9 years old, my first surgery.
Jesus.
I had 4 more after that.
Oh.
Oh, yeah, they were serious.
Wow.
Yeah, they like, the
It's
last
like a
one.
nightmare.
The last one, which was, my daughter wasn't born yet. So I'd say about 13 or 14 years ago, they went in. So this new doctor comes around. I was referred to a doctor that had a great idea to put in a prosthetic, you know, like
Okay.
an internal prosthetic. So,
Eardrum.
well, he got it out. So it was a 2-part operation. So they had to go in by the back. They flipped the whole ear open. Sorry.
Yay.
and they literally gutted out the ear. Like, I had a cavity for a year. They closed it back up. And I had no hearing whatsoever in the left ear.
Oh.
A year later, practically to the day, I had a second operation, and they put in because there's a nerve back here that was, you know, working, or let's just say,
Okay.
they felt they could do something with it. So they added a little prosthetic. I'm talking like really, it could fit on the tip of your smallest pinky or your nail.
Wow.
So and they connected that to the vein, and it allowed me to start hearing a little better.
Wow.
Yeah, and I don't know if you noticed. Well, you can't get too close to the cameras, but I don't know what you call this part here of the ear.
Yeah, the lump. I don't know.
This little lump, this little cartilage here.
Lumpy thing.
Well, it's gone here. I don't know. If you know. So they
Hmm.
took that to create the inner ear after.
Holy shit.
But you know how I found out? They didn't even tell me. They didn't even tell me. I had the surgery, and then I went with some buddies a little later on in Vegas, and I put earbuds on the flight, and this one was falling out. So that
What are your friends, bro? After a few drinks.
What's going on? So I went to the washroom on the flight, and I said, "What the hell is going on?" And part of my ear was gone. So I went back to the doctor. Said, "Bro, what's going on?" I didn't tell you, but I needed it to, create the inner ear. So.
Okay. Don't you have to sign a waiver before you take pieces of my?
notice. See that?
Right.
And so anyway, the hearing was better. It got better.
Is it doing better now? Is it?
Well, it was really good, but I felt like it has declined again. But at one point it got better, but it's because, your brain is not used to the certain sounds coming in. So you would tell me to wear headphones and stimulate the muscle
Gotcha.
to get, familiar.
Playing in a
with-
band will help you.
So the first time I did a gig with the band again, Dino just strummed a chord with his amp, and I jumped for how loud it was. That's how
Wow.
amazing it was. You would think it was just like 100%, back, but it wasn't that.
Yeah.
It's just that the brain and wasn't familiar with those kind of sounds or
God.
those volumes in the left ear. So anyway, I had a good run with a good hearing, but now I think through the years it's getting
Now
bad
it's
again.
called old age, bro.
That's what it is now. There's nothing to save me now. That's it.
And that's why I love doing these podcasts, because when was the last time we sit and spoke for an hour? It's rare, right? We can have a
very
drink.
rare.
We'll see each other at a wedding.
Yeah,
we'll,
very, very rare.
We'll, things, but we won't. I would have never known. I would have never.
And that's the
known.
thing, because I see you on Facebook and what have you,
Yeah.
and you feel like you see the person, therefore you've spoken to the person.
Yeah.
But you have not.
Yeah, we've never really.
And then a
spoken
year
to them.
goes by, and we
An year
haven't.
goes by.
Then a year goes by, losing a few parts of my body.
My God.
But and that's it. So I've never really shared this story with many people. It's not something I like to
you just don't
share.
bring
But
it
I'm
up.
at a part of my life where I'm saying, well,
I don't give up. But it's
let's
no,
say
dude,
what it
hats
is.
off, because it's singing alone is one of the hardest things to do, to develop your voice. I always said I loved your voice. I love the tone of your voice. It's
thank you.
fantastic. And
Thank
doing
you.
it with 1 ear missing is impressive.
It's rough. But they always say when you have something you're
One
struggling.
of your senses.
Something else works better or works harder.
Yeah.
I used to be at home and at the time with my siblings, and it was a time in our life where we all had our own phone line in the house. I had one in my room, my brother had one in his, and my mom had the house line, and the phone would ring, and they would all jump to get up for phone. I'd say, no, Pat, it's yours in your room, because I could tell
'Cause
from
I
the
could tell.
distance, and so
Wow.
there was all that stuff going on because
Because of that.
I had this handicap, so.
Isn't that funny, eh?
It is funny. It is very, very strange. And it just goes on and on and on. I don't want to sound like I'm bragging here, but I can hear a mistake right away.
Wow.
In the band,
I was going to say, do the musicians use it against you? No, it's because you can't hear. It was a right chord.
No, it's just this,
great, though.
this thing that works for me.
Yeah.
You're right.
Amen.
So-
we, we're musicians. We all have something a little weird.
That's it.
We
We
all
are
have something-
weird.
we
Musicians
are-
are weird.
We are. I remember certain things that are like, why the fuck am I remembering that? I don't want to remember that, but I do, I don't know.
Yeah.
I think since Francesca came here, you recognize this bottle? Glenfiddich. Did you recognize it? You see?
So cheers to Francesca.
Salud. We're going to have another one.
I'm still on my first
Salud.
brother.
I'm going to have to finish
taking
this
my
because
time.
It's been too long. It's been there.
It's very good.
It is very good. Wow. Nice cigar now.
That one, it
I
just burned
completely
everything.
lost the.
Oh, that was so good.
Oh,
Okay.
Oh, my hearing just got better.
What? I can hear everything. I want to get, so it's still, we're going into the history, and you play 3 instruments perfectly.
Come on now. I play, I play the piano at a, at a good level where I could have fun and learn songs, pick up songs.
You can play and sing.
But I won't dare to do it live. I'm not at that level yet, and
No?
I don't even know if I ever will, because I'm not sure if that's something I even care to do. I'd rather just, if I'm singing, I'm singing. And if I'm
sure. But you still, like, what I mean is that if you can play and sing a song, you can play it well. Like, that's well enough to
well, thanks for that.
You know, it's you did the schooling, you did the work, you practiced hard, you put your band together. I would imagine you probably wrote the charts at the beginning. I don't know.
I did.
You probably did, wrote all the charts.
I did.
Now it's like, fuck, that's way too time consuming. But
no. There's no time. Now we have a couple of guys in the band that do it.
Great.
And they do it well. And you can't do everything.
No, that's and management is one of the most important.
Management is tough. Bruno's helped me with that a lot lately.
Good.
Things have changed. It's
social media.
Social media is just so time consuming, and so I have certain people that help me, whether it's decor or the band.
Is Caroline still working?
Caroline is still working with us. Yeah.
Which, by the way, Silvio will be on Let's Talk It Out. And he's going to be discussing the whole decor, because that's a whole other world that he's in that blows my mind, that he just takes on for fun. I don't know, how the hell you do it.
I don't know.
I've seen him. I've seen him at 3 a.m, like grabbing stuff, doing more work after a gig, and I don't know how he does it, but he does it, and he does it well. So hats off for that. But I'd like to get into a little game that we do.
Okay.
Well, no. The game is going to be a little later. It's for the first segment that I do, and it still ties into your music career, because I'm going to ask a question. It's a segment called Worst Gig Ever.
Okay.
So something stupid or something funny that has happened on a gig that you can remember. And I'll just tell you one of the funniest ones that I heard, and I say it here because this guy was it Red Raven Chaos?
Yes.
So it's a death metal band. They're super hardcore metal band. And they were asked to play.
It was a convention. I think it was like an Indian convention.
It was an Indian convention.
Or
Oh no, it was Mike Marino.
That's right.
You know Mike Marino, the bass player.
Yeah.
He was asked with a metal band to play like an Indian, their celebration day. Their celebration day. So it's all a bunch.
Wow.
It's like we're death metal. Like,
really?
We didn't finish the first chorus. It was gone. He goes, anyway, something funny like that, or something.
There was a cats. Remember? Didn't it rain?
Cats. It rained.
It rained, and then everybody left, and there was like a cat, like 2 cats on the chair.
Oh,
and he was like, at least we had 2 cats as an audience.
They played for cats.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Well, I didn't have any terrible gigs, but I had bad experience getting to a gig.
See, that's perfect. The Damn Truth said the same thing.
Yes.
They said the same thing.
That.
As a matter of fact, now that I think about it, there were 2 that were very similar, but the one that I remember was definitely before the pandemic, and we were playing out of town. It was one of those gigs where they took quite a bit of decor, and they took the band as well. So I had to get a head start with decor, but when that happens, I pretty much do the transport as well. I'm with the truck. I'm with that cube truck, and we're heading up, and
might as well just put everything in
and go up. But the thing is, we were.
I think I know this story.
I don't know what happened, but we were distracted, and we were going up, and I felt something was wrong. I felt like maybe we forgot something behind, and I remember Carolyn was there, and then she just told me, "Goes, did you bring the drums?" And I'm on the highway, and I put the brakes on. I hear all the gear in the back of the truck moving forward, and then I realize I didn't bring the drum. Now, drums are drums, but in a band, it'll be in 3 road cases.
Yeah.
So you should have figured out that, how come it was lighter this time? Like, what happened? Why was this so easy? But
do you still have the green road case? No.
No.
No, you didn't have that.
No.
Anyway, we used to have a green drum road case years ago, and it's been going around.
So now that we're thinking about it, I forgot the drums, which is three road cases, and we're going out of town. This is like 2 hours away.
Oh my God.
We're going 2 hours away, and I forget the drums, and then because I just got the warehouse for storage for the band equipment, and I start. The layout starts coming into play, and I'm thinking, okay, so therefore, if I forgot the drums, I forgot the other thing, which was the mixer. So I forgot quite a bit. and here I am. We're like, there's no turning back. We hit traffic. We're late. Ooh. And I remember that David wasn't even on the gig. It was Joe Marcillo as a sub.
Oh my God! Joe.
And it was his first gig as a sub for us. And I'm calling the sub, asking if he could do me a favor and bring his own drums. You know, it was really weird. And I had Bruna and Dino go back for the mixer. Everybody was going back for stuff and bringing it in their cars. So that was bad. But then we get there, and it's one of those gigs where, you know, you got to go down a hill, walk down an alley, walk here, go down these stairs, and all the way turn around the corner. You're near the water. Don't fall into the lake. And then the hall is there. And I wish I could remember the name of the venue, but I can't. And there's just Carolyn and I, so we can't do anything until other people show up. And Eric showed up. Eric, the DJ, Beausoleil. And he disappears, and all of a sudden, he goes back honking. He's got this, you know, those farm kind of little tractor trailer things.
Like a 4x4?
It's a 4x4, but in the back, it could only... you could put, like, a little bigger than that. Yeah. You could put, like, a bass drum in it. So he's honking. We're like, who's this guy coming to us? And it's Eric. And he's bringing a bass drum around the corner. And he takes off, comes back with a subwoofer. And he takes, you know, it's just one of those gigs that...
5 hours setup.
And don't forget that whatever goes down
must come back
to go up.
Oh,
but
my God.
The little tractor thing couldn't go uphill. It didn't have the force to go up. So we were carrying it up. It was just one of those nightmares, you know. The gig itself, once you're placed and everything's fine, the gig is awesome. Yeah.
Oh my God.
But the whole setup and the whole...
That's hilarious.
Yeah, it's like a nightmare. You know, sometimes you have these dreams that... I don't know if you do, but I'm on a gig and we're not 100%. Setting up on time and... Well, this happened.
Yeah, and I've had that recurring dream forever. Yeah,
really?
Yeah, I've had it once every. I won't say that often, but once a year, once every 2 years, I have one of those dreams where it's a fucking gig that I just can't get out of.
It's a responsibility
that you're messing up on, and it was terrible. Wow, oh my God, that's hilarious.
So that's probably the worst.
It's not hilarious in the moment.
No, like it was just
It's funny because we all know, and whoever's a musician, even if you're not, you can relate something like that because it happens in every type of job. But now we're laughing. We're laughing because it's, you know, as a musician, that little fucking mixer, without it, you're nothing.
The engine of the vehicle, you know.
Right? It happened to us at a wedding during dinner. The fuse of the mixer broke. Went.
Yeah, we had that too.
So that's there's no sound. You can have everything else. It's not like you can say... use something else. That mixer, everything goes into that brain, and if that brain ain't working, you have no sound except your amps.
Yeah,
right. And we only knew because we're playing a song that all you heard was bass guitar and acoustic drums, and you're like, something is wrong here. But
that happened to us as well.
Right, and you got to figure out a way.
Eric came to the rescue for that as well.
Did he
took off, came back with another mixer?
Oh no,
that was pretty bad. It was something more than just the fuse.
I used the cigarettes. The aluminum foil from the cigarette, and I thought of it. I thought of it.
You're the guy.
I know, and they didn't give me more money that day. I don't know what happened. That's hilarious. I want to do another segment, which is called First Thought. This is pretty quick, pretty easy. I'm just going to ask you certain questions, and it's the first thought that comes to your mind.
Okay.
When I say favorite food.
It's funny. I just don't want to choose one.
I love fucking food. I'm not choosing.
I guess ossobuco, like a nice ossobuco. Yeah.
That's a good one.
Nice. Yeah. I had it at Le
no one ever said that on this
show. No one ever said that.
That's a good
nice risotto on the side.
And I had it Saturday at Chateau Classique.
You did. Oh, the food's great there.
Julio,
it's really good.
I'm there Friday again. I can't wait.
I was there. I put up chandeliers.
Yes, you were there. That's right.
That's
too funny. Oh my God. Okay, what about favorite TV show? I know you're a heavy TV, you like your shows.
There's two, but I think one took the lead because of my daughters. So believe it or not, my daughter's incredibly into Friends, the 90s show.
Yeah.
To the point where when they got it off Netflix.
Yeah.
And I didn't want to start looking for it here, there, and everywhere. I bought her a DVD player and this DVD collection
of all the Friends. Amazing.
And I swear to you, even yesterday, you know what we did for Thanksgiving? We watched every Thanksgiving episode of every season. You know what I mean?
amazing.
Her and I.
nice.
Wow. How
So-
cool. Like,
That's
tell me you would have want
fun.
Sly
That's
as your dad.
So friends, I guess.
That's
Believe it
amazing.
or not.
Nice.
And you're with your daughter on that, so that's super
we do
cute.
that. We still do that every.
That's super awesome.
Almost every night. I swear.
Wow.
Oh, nice.
What a cool dad, eh? What a fucking cool dad.
Ah, come on. Yeah. Well, because of her, I've got friends on every night.
That's a
I
funny
got
story.
2 dogs in my life suddenly. You want me to tell that story? I could tell that story.
You know what? It's the funniest story. Let's do it.
Do we have
quickly.
time? Yeah.
We have
Okay.
yeah. We're gonna.
So my daughter, I don't know. I guess it's probably the same for everyone. But since she was 4 or 5 years old, Daddy, I want a pet. I want a dog. I want a dog. I want a dog. And I live in a condo, and I didn't want to have a dog. So eventually, I think it was during the pandemic. I said, okay, sweetheart, I'll get you some kind of fluffy, furry friend. But it's not going to be a dog. So I got her a guinea pig. So now, no, I was going to get her a guinea pig. So we went to the pet shop, and she absolutely wanted a female guinea pig. So
It's so
the
funny.
guy convinced us that a female guinea pig does not do well on her own.
Yeah.
Get 2 female guinea pigs.
Perfect.
So we went home with 2 female.
You already have double of something you didn't want.
We have 2 of what I didn't want at all. So we went home with 2 female guinea pigs. So we thought. One was not female. So
Imagine his face.
So all of a sudden one of them's getting fat, and my daughters say, "Well, Daddy, he just eats more. That's all, or she just eats more." And then I went to her because they were in her bedroom. We had a cage in her bedroom, and
One morning.
and then I did a double take, and they're 3 little pups. So I call my daughter. I said, "Sammy, come here." She goes there. She goes, "It's a miracle." I said, "Sweetheart, it is a miracle, but it's not the miracle that you think. I think we have 1 male and 1 female
Or the
here."
one that I wanted. I
Yeah.
didn't want that miracle.
So this is only half the story. So okay, now I know which one is the dude, right? So I take him and I put him in my bathtub for a day because I've got a gig. I can't take care of this now. I'll take care of it like on Monday, So I go to the pet shop. I ask if they'll take the guinea pigs. They don't want the guinea pigs. My daughter convinces me to keep them. We get a second cage. And he goes, "But wait a minute, where's the male? Did you remove the male right away?" I said, "Well, no, I removed it 2 days later."
no.
He was like, "No." I said, "Why?" He goes, "Because he can get her pregnant again." He got her pregnant. Yes.
Oh my
So
I didn't know this part.
so then I go home one day and we have 8 guinea pigs. So I talked to my daughter. I said, "Sweetheart, we can't keep 8 guinea pigs. We cannot keep 8 guinea pigs." So it's no word of a lie. This is a true story. So that's where I get on the phone. I get on Facebook, actually. I start putting an ad.
Yes, my sister-in-law took 2 of them.
So I thought I'd never be able to get rid of these guinea pigs. So I said to my daughter, I said, "Can we get rid of all the guinea pigs, and I'll get you a dog. I'll get you a dog." So then she says, smart little kid, she goes, "We get rid of 6, we keep 2, and you get me a dog."
Nice.
So we kept the 2 guinea pigs.
Oh my God.
I put 6 online on Facebook. I said, "Anybody want guinea pigs?" Carolyn, the one that works for me in decor,
Yeah.
took 2.
Oh, okay.
Your
My
wife posted or
Yes.
tagged Cussy
Yes.
and said, because Cussy's guinea pig just died the night
Yeah,
before or
that's right.
something.
That's right.
So she took 2,
Oh, nice.
and I was left with, and I brought 2 to the pet shop. So I had 2 guinea pigs and a dog.
a dog.
But they got bigger. They got like the size of not a football, but let's say a Nerf football.
A Nerf.
And they pee a lot. They have small bladders and they pee a lot. I don't know if you know anything about guinea pigs.
I owned one. Yes, I follow you.
so
I
funny.
feel
2
you.
big ones in a cage in a condo. The urine, it
funny.
It
smells.
smells. Yeah.
So I told my daughter, I said, "We got to get rid of that. Got to get rid of the 2 guinea pigs. Be happy with a dog, And she's like, no, we keep the guinea pigs. I said, "Okay, I'll make you a deal. We get rid of the 2 guinea pigs and we get another dog." deal. Her hand was up in no time. So we got rid of the 2 guinea pigs.
And you got another
Got
dog.
another dog.
Wow. I settled for a cat. You said that? I just settled
So
for a
if
cat.
I would have, listened to her at the beginning at 5 years old and get her a dog, we would have been, we would have been okay. But now we're okay, and we're a small little family, and
I love this
they're
story.
cute.
It's so fucking
They
funny.
get big.
It's so funny.
Which ones now? The guinea pigs?
Guinea pigs.
They do.
And they, in my house, every animal outlives. It can outlive us for like I don't know how many years. The guinea pig, what's the lifespan? What the? 3 years, 4 years?
Anywhere from 3 to 7 years.
3 to 7 years. I think mine was 7 to 8 years that it lived. And at one point, my
That's because
daughter's
you
like,
feed it osobuco.
no, but it's like at one point you're going, Maro,
They eat.
What's gonna? And they whistle when they're hungry, but it's an atrocious whistle.
Nice.
And you can hear them, and it's like, oh my god. So then, what my daughter wanted to do is buy a harness and start walking him. I'm like, Emma.
Yeah, my daughter too.
A guinea pig.
Yeah.
She wanted to walk.
I had a dog. I learned my lesson the first time, and I said, you know what? Not because I don't love them. I do. That's a problem. Then because of that, I have to take them for walks every night, and
Yeah.
I'm the one. And I said, when he died, it hurts. Like I don't want to lose my pet. So I said, no, I'm done. And, you go to a friend's house, I got to go back, feed the dog,
It's tough. I have
It's
a neighbor
tough.
that's sweet. She takes care
Thank
of the dog
God. Thank
sometimes.
goodness.
I have a trainer, a dog trainer that
yeah.
offers the service of taking care of the dogs when I take a vacation, and
Yeah.
it's crazy.
So
but,
I during COVID, they were like bugging me, and my wife is okay. She likes cats, and I said, listen, you guys can get whatever you want. I'm doing nothing. Nothing. I am not picking up anything. I am not feeding. And I'll take a cat though. I'll take a cat because they're easier. They're a little bit easier. Yes, it was funny. Yesterday, he stole a chicken leg. Like he jumped on the table, stole a chicken leg.
He took off.
I didn't move. I'm like still eating. I'm like, I ain't getting up. I'm stopping my meal for the cat. And the
funny.
three of them are like trying to yank it out of it, and he's fucking growling. Anyway, back to the music part.
Is this going down? Is this okay?
It could be. It could be a little limp. It's the drinks.
All right.
Okay, now I'm gonna get with harder questions.
Yeah.
Best guitar player of all time.
Oh my. Well, in what sense? In the rock and the metal? Well,
You gotta pick one.
Eddie Van Halen.
I'm down with that.
Yeah.
That's a good one. Okay.
Just the whole, the fact that he was so creative in many ways.
His sound.
Also the way he designed his guitars, his own guitars, and his
He
own
knew nothing
pickups.
about
and
music.
Nothing. I just.
Did you know that? He didn't know music?
Yeah, and I heard a lot of those stories, but I think just to answer the question right off the top, Eddie Van Halen.
What's the best live show you've seen that you've been a part of?
Believe it or not, what do you mean that I actually?
Yeah, you were.
Tina Turner.
Oh, nice.
I swear to you.
Cool. That sounds. Yeah.
I've seen anyone from like Judas Priest, Ozzy Osbourne, Metallica, The Police, U2, but there was something about Tina Turner.
Okay.
She was mesmerizing. She was so talented.
legs.
The band. Sick.
Gosh.
Gosh, yeah, for
She's
sure.
got a nice set of legs. There.
But
Come on.
yeah, absolutely, no doubt. But I mean, with
Well, she has a
with
presence.
those legs came a great voice.
Yeah. No, she's got serious stage presence, though. It's like
serious,
holy
serious,
cow! Like
serious.
what the fuck? Yeah.
They played that, she started the concert where, well, at least the one that I saw, with the screens showing her kind of changing backstage
Okay.
and, putting on the nylons.
Oh,
and
wow.
really showing off the legs,
Yeah, of course.
and she'd come out in, I think, like a black leather dress,
Okay.
and then she'd rock the house, and then the band took over. She went to change. They would show the video of her changing. It's obviously pre-recorded, but whatever. And it was just really, really impressive. But it's just the individual players. I don't know if you remember, they had that sax player, the keyboardist built, and he played sax.
I never
It's
saw
just
it.
the talent on the stage was insane, and the sound, it was just perfect. Yeah.
It's good sound.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool. Sweet. Okay. What about best front person of all time? Doesn't mean best singer, but like who you would pick.
Oh, I think it would be Bono.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, because I saw them a lot of times, and you know how they have the cameras going everywhere, and he really knows how to play the camera.
True.
He really knew how to do that, but still keep the show going, and still play for his audience, but really work the camera like no one else could.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah, in my
Sweet.
opinion.
So that takes me to my last.
Although I wish I could have seen Michael Jackson.
You know.
But anyway,
that tour was.
yeah.
We were all getting ready to go see that one. And we knew the price was going to be $1,000 or whatever,
Yeah.
but I think everyone was
Yeah.
saying, no, I need to see the last one that he was supposedly going to do.
Now that's one extreme to another, from Bono
Yeah.
to Michael Jackson. But
No, but
I think that would have been just
that's a hell of a front person. That's like the
that would have been
almighty.
it, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
So
So it goes to our last segment, which is this was a Francesca question. She came up with once, and I love the question that I ask all the musicians now.
yeah.
If you have to put together your all-time best band, you pick the size of the band, you pick how many musicians, you pick the instrumentation, you pick the front person, and it could be anyone dead or alive. Who's that band?
To go on tour with, or to
Well, just who you would say is the most all-time best band ever put together, ever assembled.
I think I would steal Michael Bublé's band and just go off with them. You know what I mean?
You know what? They were, I saw
Yeah.
that. I saw. Did you see the concert?
I did not see this one that just came.
Great.
Was it this year?
Yeah, it was
in the summer of this year.
I think it was in the winter last year.
Yeah, no, I saw one a few years back.
Okay.
So you mean just put a band
Like,
together
who would
with
be your drummer? Like, is John Bonham? Do you like that hard-hitting sound? Do you like David Weckels, Cleaner? That's
Although I loved Neil Peart, I don't think he'd be the drummer, only because I felt like he had that style, right? That one style.
And that's not the style you go for.
No, I would be Stuart Copeland.
Oh yeah.
Would be Stuart Copeland. On guitar, if he were to be alive, would be Eddie Van Halen.
That sounds great. Bass is always a hard one.
Keyboards would be if I don't even know if he's still John Lord was that his name of
John
Deep
Lord?
Purple?
Of Deep Purple. I don't know if he's still alive.
I don't think so. But anyway, that would be
they've got
someone.
the heavy organ sounds and
Vocals. Who would I leave that up to? I guess Bono.
That
What
works.
a band I'm putting together. It doesn't make sense really. But,
bass. Who's on bass?
You know, I'm not too familiar with bass players. They're always that, the guy like Michael Anthony of
Van Halen.
Van Halen was a phenomenal backup singer, and he was.
You know, he's an amazing bass player.
He's an amazing bass player, but it's just that you never really.
Well, no, in Van Halen he can't be.
Yeah, it's
right.
like it's like
he made the band good because he just 8 notes. Let Eddie go ahead, just do your thing. But
Although-
he can really play. I've seen him play in other projects, and it's
Yeah.
like, oh, the guy can fucking play, man. He's a great
yeah,
player.
for sure. But I remember I had gone to see Metallica, but not this time around. They were at the Bell Center, and they were on the stage at.
The circular
Rotated.
stage. That's the one I saw.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and they had, I guess, the new bass player. I don't know the members very well.
Robert Trujillo.
Short guy with the long hair.
Yeah, he's really good.
Wow.
He's
something
a beast.
else.
Yeah, he's a beast.
He was a beast. Yeah.
Robert Trujillo.
Robert Trujillo.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, because he replaced Jason Newsted, who was the bass player before.
Okay.
Yeah.
He just, I couldn't stop watching him play. It was
He's
really
great. He steals the show. Man.
Yeah, he was
He's,
great.
He's really good.
Just to let you know, John Lord actually died in 2012.
There you see research.
Deep Purple.
Wow. Yeah, he's with rock and roll, not not on all the time anymore. Kind of forget about who's
You
out
stop
there.
listening
Yeah.
to show him the same 8 songs
No,
played daily.
That's it.
I unfortunately don't listen to.
I don't want to hear Stairway to Heaven again. Not that I don't like the song, but I heard it.
I honestly don't listen to any radio.
Yeah.
Well, there's 2 reasons. They naturally have to have so many commercials, and
Yeah.
why do that when you could just listen to
Anything
else?
Yeah.
And depends on what station, but I'm not really too into music today, like
Yeah.
the latest stuff.
Oh,
you know?
Yeah.
It's hard to keep up with.
Yeah, except for some typical like Dua Lipa or
Yeah.
the really good
The
artists,
groovy
like
ones.
Bruno Mars and
Yeah.
Yeah.
Rihanna, and the
Absolutely.
obvious ones,
Yeah.
and everything else in between.
My daughter tells me songs and I have no clue. Like nothing. I'm like, no idea.
We were trying to tell my daughter the other day because her mom, Caroline, went to Vegas just over the weekend for Thanksgiving, and she went to see U2
Oh, nice.
in the Sphere in Vegas. So we were trying to have Sammy listen to some U2,
Oh my God.
and she was like, "Oh, who's this? What's this?" Until she realized that one of the songs was on a Friends episode, With or Without You.
Oh, there
Nice.
you go.
Ah, these guys are good.
That's it. It changes
You know
everything.
who's working on that? The drummer that plays with Albie, Fred.
Is working on what?
He did the whole
The whole thing in
audio
Vegas?
visual part of the show in Vegas.
Wow.
Yeah.
The Sphere. It's called
The Sphere, or
Yeah.
he does a lot. I mean, I don't know exactly what his job is, but he's definitely heavily. U2 hires him to do a lot
Wow,
of that stuff.
phenomenal.
Yeah, so Fred, drummer, super nice guy.
Amazing.
Spoke to him, and he's doing some good work with
Beautiful.
U2 and stuff.
I love
like
hearing that stuff.
It's so. Where does what's next for? Obviously, Sophistication is like, keep going and do as many parties as you can and do keep working at it. It's always a fun time. Where's your music, that the Sly Furino part of it? Do you have anything in the pipeline? Are you still writing? Are you
Up here? There are about 20 songs.
Gotcha.
It's tiresome. It's like it
stays there.
They gotta come out.
Yeah.
But the more if they stay there, I don't spend a lot of money. They come out, it's expensive to record, right? So there's always that to look at.
Of course.
It's unfortunately, I'm not a signed artist or anything. So
Yeah.
if anything you want to do, anything you want to put out there is your money and your time. And I feel that every time you do that, something else might suffer, right? So it's going to happen, but I just don't know when. The band, the Sophistication Showband, will continue, no doubt. I feel like I have to bring it to another level now. I just feel like I want to do more of a production with it.
Gotcha.
So I've been talking about that with Bruna, and obviously play the events that we do, but I just need to see it go to another level,
Yeah.
visually maybe or something.
Sure.
That's also costly.
Absolutely.
The studio, we've been thinking of a second one for a while. Costly. So there's a lot of things going on. But you know what? I don't know if it has to do with age, but because I'm 54 now. But I'm enjoying things around me too. Like, I don't know if it sounds really crazy, but I see a tree in a different way. I see, the river a different way. I see the sky a different way. I just enjoy things around me more than ever. When you're a kid and you're going out and you're running your business, and you're doing so much, and you're going from your house to the venue and to whatever's next, or rehearsal or studio session, you don't really look at the things around you, And I think that's changed, of course, with age, but also the fact that I have a daughter.
Yeah.
And you see your daughter experiencing some things and some challenges, and and you realize there's just so many things that are much more important, right?
Yeah.
And so you pay attention to all that. And that's what I'm going to do right now.
The circle
just
of life.
Pay attention
right?
to the circle of life.
The circle of life.
Yeah.
As we age, we're
Yeah.
like, why did I never notice that before?
Yeah.
Why did I never give a shit about that? Now it's like the only thing that I care about.
Yeah. There's a lot that matters to me right now. And but I'm in a good place. That's a good thing.
You do a lot, like, and I admire that from you, because I've seen you do songs for your mom.
Mm-hmm.
I've seen you do songs for your daughter. You take the little things and they become important, and that is.
Yeah, I also did one for my dad that turned out nice as well. He died in 2002, so I lost my parents, both parents, and both of them got a song from me, and it was something I needed to do for sure.
Yeah.
No doubt. My daughter's got 2 songs so far.
And the guinea pigs are next.
The guinea pigs.
8 songs.
Yeah, 8 songs there. Yeah.
That's an album.
Yeah. No, it's fun.
But it's good.
Writing is a beautiful thing. It's a beautiful thing. It's just that we live in a city and a country, for that matter, where it's a bit tougher to put it all out there and make it happen,
Yeah.
But there are people doing it even more than I am, devoting their time more than I am, and hats off to them, because
The younger generation only does that.
they only do that. The only thing is, it's time consuming and something that for someone my age is a bit tougher to do.
Yeah.
But hats off to them, because you don't know if there should be a reward for it. At the end of the day, there should be something for the art that you put out there and the time you put into it. But it's just that much tougher, I feel, in this country.
It's music is it's sad to say, but it is last, in the sense of, if money is tight, first thing to go is music.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
The arts, yeah.
It's the arts. It's
It is.
this
It is.
painting, which is beautiful, which shout out to M, by the way, because he's doing, this is going to be, we're lucky because this is probably sold or going to go up in some hotel. And he did this, Emil, by the
That's
way.
fantastic.
Amazing.
Fantastic.
I've never been here. It's beautiful.
Yeah, he does really good work, and but the arts is the if there's no money, you're not buying this beautiful painting.
Yeah.
right? And music, you know, if you're in a restaurant and, you know, they're not making enough money, they're going to cut music before anything. It's sad, but
I see
that's
it all the time.
Yeah, that's what
I
it
see
is.
it. You see, I get to see that now that I have a decor division. So I'll see sometimes, and it backfires sometimes, because sometimes they'll say, well, maybe we'll take a few less members as I want to put more into decor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And, you know, let's get something straight here. I love decor. I love what I do.
Yeah.
But it doesn't compare to a band.
Yeah.
So I want the band to be out there as much as it can and at its full capacity.
Yeah.
But sometimes it just doesn't happen because it is the thing that they will
We had a client
chisel off.
They got rid of the horn section, 3-piece horn section for the sparklers.
Yeah, I believe that.
Really? Oh my God.
That was what they chose. And it's like, but, and I don't, you know what? Just don't tell me. Just say, just say, hey, we can only afford this, and that's cool. But they, you know, I was like, oh man, like 3 live people working your event, making it that much better for 4 hours, 5 hours, as opposed to 15 seconds of something going.
Yeah,
15 seconds.
But it's the world we live in, right? It's all about, you know, how it all looks and it all comes across, but it's okay. I mean, you know, everybody's things change. People, you know, things change drastically and quickly, and social media is to blame for that. Everybody wants something different. You know, and that's the thing about. I guess we'll talk about that later. But in decor, you never have what the next bride wants.
Yeah. I know.
So musically, you may not have the song that the bride wants, and that still work. But in decor, it's a different.
Because
it's a different beast.
They
go
take
online.
pictures. They take pictures of an event that cost $4 million, but I want this.
Can you make that happen for 4,000?
Yeah, exactly. Right.
Yeah, I know. I see that every weekend.
But,
They want that rare color that you can't find.
That's right.
Exactly.
That's right.
Sly, where can we find you? Where do people get a hold of you? Where's your music? It's all like YouTube.
It's all on YouTube.
Okay,
It's all
Sly
on YouTube.
Furino.
Hey, you
on
know what
YouTube?
happened to me the other day?
Tell me.
I got a letter from CD Baby. I made $58 on my music.
Nice. Awesome.
I was like, who the hell bought my songs? So,
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah. So, but yeah, I'm on CD Baby or, you know, online with, on different platforms.
Are you on like the Spotify and all that?
On Spotify, on YouTube. The band as well, SophistOccasion. Sly Furino is on YouTube.
Okay. Your Facebook would be for SophistOccasion.
I have one too many Facebook pages. So there's Sly Furino, there's SophistOccasion, or I actually have it as Silvio SophistOccasion, Silvio Eleganza Decor. I've got a photo booth division,
Oh, there
celebrity
you go.
photo booth, and the studio at Jam Avenue. So they're all on Facebook,
Instagram, and all
Instagram,
that
yeah.
stuff. Okay. So guys, follow. Amazing music, amazing videos. His band is fantastic. He works like an animal. The decor, of course, Jam. You know what I like about Jam? It's like I think you said it. It was kind of like a slogan. A studio made for musicians by musicians.
Created for musicians, for musicians.
For musicians, and it's by musicians, so they know what it took, and it's great. I mean, I only practice there. I don't think.
Sweet.
I don't think I've ever practiced anywhere. Well, in my garage. That's why we're not there every week, but because my garage is set up for that as well. But when we do need, it's there because the work.
Yeah.
You know, whether Silvio's there or not, it's an amazing place to go. So all you musicians checking it out, go to Jam Avenue. Anyone else looking for music band, you want something to listen to, Silvio Furino, Sly Furino, Lisa, Francesca, thank you so much.
You're very welcome.
All of you watching, thank you for subscribing.
Cheers.
Thank you. We're gonna have the last shot. Fast, I got a little bit there. Salud, chin chin. Sessions with Stef is now done.